and welcome to the tutorial on how to create a newsletter in the WordPress website from the Constant Contact email newsletter. So we're going to make a page that looks like this, so that and then the current one would then get switched over to the archives down here. So we're going to start by just going into the dashboard up here in the corner, and the newsletter is a series of posts instead of a page, in that we want to keep the old content. So we're going to go to posts and we're going to say add new. And then we're going to give it a title up here. And then one way to do this would be to just start composing this from the content that as you're generating it from the various emails and Word documents and things. But if you've already created your Constant Contact newsletter and you want to just copy the whole thing, you could just bop over to Constant Contact and copy it all the content. Oops. And then bop back over here into WordPress, and you can just then paste the content. But there's two ways to deal with this, so I'll show you both ways here. This would be pasting it with all of the formatting. So notice how it's adding all these tables and lines and things. I'm not actually the biggest fan of this, although this method certainly does work. It just doesn't look the best. My preference would, well, here, let me just publish this and you can see what it looks like. Hit the button? I guess I didn't. I'm waiting for it to load. Now I can view the post. So this is with all of the Constant Contact formatting. It's not the end of the world, but it adds all these extra lines and puts the photos in line with the text. But it sure was easy. So if we want to go with this method, it's fine. If we want to update some formatting, it's easy to do that too. So I'll just go back in here to edit the post. And instead of working in the visual tab over here, I'm going to work in the text tab. And I'm going to select all this current contact. So here you can see all of the HTML coding that it has added to that from the Constant Contact. But if I paste when I'm in the text mode, it doesn't bring in all that formatting. It just brings in the text. So now what I have is just the straight up text, and now I can add my own formatting wherever I want. So for instance, we wanted this part here to be bold. So I would just make it bold, and we want to put a line here. There's a little shortcut tool right here that just looks like a line. It adds that as a line. I wanted to make this as a heading, so I would highlight it and make it a heading. So then by going through it in this way, we can format it how we want. One thing that is odd about the way it deals with it this way is that it brings in the subtitle for the photo that was in Constant Contact, but it doesn't bring the photo itself. But we can easily grab the photo. So let's just delete that, and we're going to put the photo right here. So I'm going to put the cursor right there. I'm going to say add media. And I'm going to either upload her file, or if it's already here, which I'm pretty sure hers was here. Let's look. We can use the search feature if I know what the title of the image is. Maybe I don't know what the title of the image is. Oh, yeah, there it is. So there's the image, and I can just put the caption right there. And then down here I want it to have the alignment to be either left or right. Let's have this one be right justified. And I want to insert it into post. And now that's really large, so maybe I want to shrink that a little bit. So I can just shrink it here. And that still might be a little big here. Maybe let's go just a little bit more. There. And there you have it. That's it. So we would just continue with that kind of formatting. Here, let's update it. I know I'm not done with it all, but I'll just show you. And we can view the post. And here it is with our formatting, a simple line, and the image. And then here's all the other ones that haven't been adjusted yet. But one thing to note now is even though we've made this and we can view it on the website, right now if we went over to news, it wouldn't be there because we haven't told WordPress what category to be in. So I'm going to go back up here to edit post and edit this one we've been working on. And over here on the right side, there are all the categories. So if it is going to be a newsletter, you would just select it to be in the category newsletter. If you don't select anything, it automatically selects it as uncategorized because it needs to have a category. So we'll just select it as newsletter, and then when we want the old newsletter to go offline, we just turn it to be archived news, and it just shows up in the archived section. So let's just go ahead and hit update on this. And it's thinking slowly. And now if I go and visit the site here, and if I go look at the newsletter page, here is the April newsletter that we started to make. Now, of course, we didn't finish formatting this one, and then you'll notice that it just automatically put the other one offline because it only shows one at a time, but the old one isn't here because we haven't gone back in to the old one. I'm just going to bop back over to this tab. We're going to go over here to all posts, and we're going to find what would be the March newsletter, and we need to change it to show up in the archived section. So let's say here is the March one. We can just use our quick edit tool here, and we're going to change it from newsletter to archived news. And we hit update there. Now if we bounce back over here, we'll have to refresh this page because I had it already open. So of course, because it was open, it doesn't have the new content. But here's our art news, our unfinished art news. And if I scroll down to the bottom, there would be February or March, except for it hasn't, sorry, it hadn't actually finished uploading. I was moving too fast. I think my internet has gotten a little slow right now. But I think that's all you need to know to get the newsletters from Constant Contact into WordPress. Thank you very much for listening.